Well, hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel, or I should be saying welcome me back to my channel. It has been forever, and I am so excited to finally going to be uploading another video. I haven't left the channel, so if anyone's thinking like I mysteriously, left the channel and disappeared from YouTube, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. I'm always gonna be on YouTube. I do hope so. Always, okay? So, programming. It has been a wonderful experience in my journey with the new books. And it hasn't been exactly the new books only. Um, since my last upload, or the video before my last upload, um, I have been like venturing a bit. Yeah, I've been venturing. I started with beginning C. Like I was saying, I was gonna finish this book, and I was gonna go into it, which I did go into it. But up until like the video right before my last upload, which I think was called background story, right? I I've been venturing, right? I've been reading a little bit into this book, a little bit into this book, a little bit into this book, and it's been a wonderful journey. I really enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it. As you can see from behind me, right there, no, right there. I got my little table that I put on the bed, and like I have my books on it, and yeah, I do a lot of reading on my bed, not on the desk, not on the desk. I do a lot of my reading on the bed. So it's been almost a month and 3 weeks since my last upload, and I have left this book a lot. Like I read into it. I finished chapter 3. I read into it a few times. I reread it all the way up to chapter 2 like twice, and now I'm on chapter 4 in this book, which is called Loops, and I'm still in beginning chapter 4. So I've been like, I haven't finished it because I've been like reading a lot in other books. Not as much as this book. This is like the most I read in one book. Okay, but I ventured a little bit into mathematics, and I did not go into math for programming, that book, because it required at least 1 year of algebra. You had to know like 1 year of algebra. So I've been doing like some problem solving. If y'all can see this, yeah, I've been doing some problem solving in my math book, which I only started like 4 days ago in this. Still in the beginning chapter. So yeah, it was a beautiful ride. It was a beautiful journey. I do live on a farm, so I kind of like sprayed the room with fly spray. Yeah, because I do live on a farm actually, and sometimes the fly, there's animals not only on this farm, but on the next door neighbors. Like my next door neighbor is right behind this wall, and they have animals like sheep, chicken, ducks, goats, and I think even a horse. So the flies tend to sometimes enter the room. Okay, I do have a screen on my window, so like they don't enter from the window, but they do enter from the door. So I do live on a farm, so sometimes I do spray the room a bit in case there's a fly. I don't want a fly in my video. Okay. So I do spray the room sometimes before I do record video. So anyhow, I read a little bit into Introduction to Algorithms, and you need to know some like C programming language. Even though it's not necessary, but knowing C is actually way better than not knowing C, and I don't think there's a better language for a beginner to learn than C. I am trying to lean towards mathematics because I really want to learn algorithms. I really want to, and I'm thinking of leaving my studies in C to learn some mathematics, and I want to finish this book at least. Yeah, at least I want to finish this book. So there's some called summations, right? And I noticed in my introduction to algorithms book that summations are used a lot, and I really want to learn summations. I really want to learn a little bit of discrete mathematics, and I want to learn at least the intermediate algebra, which is what this book is about. So the reason I did not upload videos for a long time, there was nothing to upload. Like, I've been going through the journey of like discovering the material of programming languages, and I've been like jumping back and forth between so many different books that I do possess, and I've been trying to get also a good idea of what this stuff is. So that's what I've been doing since my last uploaded video, and it was really somewhere in there when I first began reading beginning C. It was very difficult to focus on this stuff. It was very difficult. By the time I got to chapter 3, it was really a little hard to focus on this stuff. So I just skim through some of the books and read some of the books if I don't skim them. I read a little bit into the Linux programming interface, which is a book I got. But I really just want to finish algebra and go into discrete mathematics. I really want to do that. So the reason I did not upload lots of videos in these last 2 months, I think, there was nothing to upload. I've been just really trying to focus on the material that I possess in the books. I've been trying to get an idea and a conceptual image of what this stuff is. I've been trying to construct an idea of what I want my operating system to begin on. What I mean by that is like everything begins with a vision, right? So you need like a vision to see what it is that you want to build. If you don't have the vision to see what it is you want to build, you're going on scratch, right? If you don't have that, excuse me, I tell you the bug spray in here is a little strong. So I read a little bit in C++. I read a little bit into the standard, the C++ standard library for C++ 11, and I've been trying to model something to work on. So I think it's a personal. There needs to be a real deep involvement in a personal development to be able to have an idea in the direction you want to go. Because if you just go on reading the book and you don't even have an idea what the programming language is, you don't have an idea of what is required to begin building the operating system, you might be going in limbo. You might start a project, an open source project, and then abandon it. And I'm not trying to go that way, God will. I'm not trying to go that way. So I realized in a lot of moments that I do need mathematics. I need a lot of mathematics. I need a good understanding into algorithms, and I need at least 2 programming languages to learn. C is one of them, and the C++ is the other language. So I think that if one does not possess the material in a conceptual way, in like a deep, thorough understanding of, or deep, thorough contemplation of the idea that he wants to go about, or one wants to go about building, then you really don't have anything. And I think that's what I've been doing. I think, yeah, that's what I want to do. Now, if I would have just began just reading this one book and just saying, okay, now I know the language, I should have been able to finish the book by now, at least, right? I don't think it would give you the insight, and the concept and the images, the imagination required to build the project, to work on the project, or to build the project you want to build. So, if you can just see like some of the books I got out there on my table, I do cycle a lot between these books, and I had left this book for a while. I had left it for a while. I was not on it all the time in these last 2 months. I haven't always been reading it. I left it for a while. I read other books in other subjects that have nothing to do with the C programming language. And I have come down to visualization that I need a lot of math. And I plan on learning a lot of math. So, like I was saying in my Introduction to Algorithms book, which is that book, no, sorry, that book right there, right, that book right there, right? In my Introduction to Algorithms, there's a lot of summations that are introduced into the book, and you got to know a little bit of, I think a little bit of calculus. You need to know some calculus. And I really want to learn this algorithm stuff, and I think for me it's more important than just learning the programming language and just coding an operating system. Uh, and in my own vision, and from what I have learned in these last 2 months, in my own vision, it's not only a programming language that gets you to build an operating system. You need some math and a lot of algorithms to be able to build an operating system. Okay. What I learned is one is required if you are on a mission to build an operating system. One is required to know what it is they want to go on, right? And the other thing that is required is math. You gotta like know math. I don't see an operating system that runs really nice, especially for a beginner, that runs really good, that does the functioning it's supposed to carry out, without some math in there. You just got to know some math. I plan to know a lot of math because I plan on finishing the algorithm book, and I do have another algorithm book, but Introduction to Algorithms is what I'm really going on. And for me, it is not just a good opportunity to develop, but it's a greater opportunity to really evolve into another life, to develop into another life. I'm not talking alien stuff or like supernatural stuff. Like, you once were just living your daily life, eating, sleeping, working, and just, getting paid, And another day you're like sitting at home and you're like, you're reading into the books that you always wanted to read in, and all the books that I collected over the years, waiting one day to sit down and read these books, has finally paid off. So this is like evolving to another life. This is not what I was usually doing in my past life. not past life like another life I lived. Okay, no, I mean like in my past time, in the time that I used to, spend. I wouldn't spend it a lot in books. Like I looked through the books sometimes. I would skim through the book sometime. I would just get an idea of what the what it is that book is about by just reading a few pages and so. But never like this. Like this is brand new to me. Completely brand new to me, and it's like an involvement that you can carry yourself in and protrude into life uh, in an organized, you know, way or coordination. Like you read your book, you learn some, and it's like learning C and learning C++ is actually like learning a brand new language, a human language. It's like learning Chinese or Russian or French or German. So learning a programming language is even a little harder than actual human language because you don't have to think logically to speak another human language. You don't have to use or reasoning skills that are required in programming languages. And logic thinking. And I'm not talking about the logic in the code. No, you really got to think logically and reason things out. That's what I've been able to acquire from reading some of the books I read. Right. So yeah, it's been a wonderful journey. I'm still on the fourth chapter. I plan to finish the book. I definitely plan to finish the book, but I'm leaning towards mathematics more. And I hope, like, in 1 year I can finish that mathematics book. I'm giving myself 1 year time. Beginning to see this book, like, if I sit and I just read it from front to cover, it can take about 3 months. If I do possess a lot of free time, so it can take me about 3 months to finish it. But I decided not to just read it and not understand it or read it and just say, okay, now I read the book, so now I'm an expert in C. I'm not. So I saw when I began reading the book that I need more actual understanding in what programming languages are. So I went back and forth between so many books. I cycled through a lot of books and come to a conclusion that for me this is better than just finishing one book. This is way better. It's more appropriate for my learning style, my learning curve. Because I am on a mission. My objective is to build an operating system, right? And sticking with one book and thinking down that I know how to build an operating system just because I know programming language, I don't think this is only what it is. I think building an operating system requires math, a programming language, an idea of what organizations are, to organize some, like your code, or to organize your run system, and the programming language, right? You need the programming language. So math, programming language, organization, and algorithms. I think you need a lot of algorithms in there. Okay, so it's been a wonderful journey, and my next upload might not be really soon. I don't know. I'm not trying to give a date. It might be way down the line. I'm gonna try to finish my C book, and I'm gonna at the meantime work on my mathematics and algebra. And as I do, I'll go into some algorithms, which is that book right behind me, if you can all see it, that top book right there. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but it shows on my camera. Okay, and I'm gonna go into algorithms, and it's been a wonderful journey. I really enjoyed the ride. I really enjoyed the journey. It's been hard. Like I tell you, sometimes trying to understand some that I never read before, never thought about it like the way I'm thinking about it right now. It can be a little difficult. Sometimes while reading into like the third page, and I'm not talking about the beginning C book, like the algorithms book or some of the standard library in C++. Reading the stuff like sometimes on the third page, I'm like, I don't know, like I guess my thoughts are depleted, like becomes frozen. Like it's like try to wrap your mind around it and try to understand it, and it goes into a point where it's like it's overwhelming on your conscience and your brain power and your thinking power. It's very overwhelming. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to understand. And it's a lot to learn. So, of course, I don't have any fans on my channel yet. I do hope no one has. Those who used to watch. Hello. Those who used to watch my channel. I hope you come back. I'm not going to be uploading like every week or every 2 weeks just because of this video. It could be a long time before I do my next upload. I am in the learning process, and I definitely don't want my YouTube channel to be the reason why I keep uploading, even though that should be it, right? But this is different because I'm learning some, and I don't want to rush. Like I really don't want to rush into, oh, now I gotta upload another video next week, and like I just make up anything that comes up to mind, and just so I can make up, upload a video. No, I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all. I do the learning first, and if there's some I want to talk about, some I want to share on my YouTube channel, some I want to show concerning the content that I do provide on YouTube, yeah, then I can make a video right there and then. And upload it. But other than that, it might be a long time, like a really long time, before I can like really upload another video. So do wait for me. Wait for me, right? I'm not leaving my operating system, Mr. OS, right? I'm not leaving that system. I'm still determined to do that system, and it's just gonna take time because I learned about a month and a half ago, there is a lot more that I need to learn than what I thought I would need to learn. I thought I just needed 2 programming languages, data structures, and like basically that's it. No, you need mathematics, you need discrete mathematics, you need algorithms, you need to understand how a computer functions, or not functions, but how a computer works. Okay, so I'll leave it here. For all those who are going to watch this video, thank you so much. So I'll leave it here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And goodbye, YouTube.